Hello there. We're back for another Spider-Man double draft. And it's going to be an easy King of the Coldblood curse. Pick one. Mothwing Shroud is probably what we'll pair with it. Rhino's Rampage I've come up with, especially if we're going to have good creatures to fight with it, like King of the Coldblood Curse and whatever this turns into a 4-4. But Mothwing Shroud is just hard removal, and there are some bombs that you need this thing for. So let's take that. See what we will. I think I'm learning how to build green-white decks better. Just having a balance. You make 1/1 stinkers, or small body stinkers, and try to make them relevant. One way to make them relevant is slam the King of the Coldblood Curse. Another way is counter. So here's an example of a stinker. Here's another example of a stinker. There's little 1/1 bodies coming out onto the board, and you make them relevant with maybe like Giant Craft Helm or counters or combat tricks. Nothing else here is super powerful. Cropel is not a bad card, but he's a replaceable 5-drop in my opinion. He's not that much more powerful than, say, like a Tethex. If we're green, black wouldn't be the hardest thing to play. Remorseless Coup would be worth splashing for light on removal. So let's take it. There's another, and I've come down on clandestine work, at least in the blue-black deck, so I prefer to have Unstable Experiment as my draw spells. This just feels like, in those decks, you're behind on board and dying too often. Maybe it would be better in a green deck. That affects the board with creatures quicker. Don't think we're likely to play either of these cards. Another Kafan. And Scouring Storm Soul is one of the best cards in the set. We'll pair it with a Sudden Strike here. Good, efficient removal. Combat is happening a lot in this set, so getting a creature attacking and blocking is usually not an issue. There are some sets where this would be clunky, where creatures are being a problem just by existing, but not so much this set. The Infernus is less enticing if we have a double green card, even though we haven't really committed to a second color here. So we'll take this, see if the Crime Scene Instructor wheels. And if we can get something like Cityscapes to mill land cards into the graveyard. Now we have only 2 villains. I think we take the Instructor here. don't have any red we're trying to splash. I mean, I really hope not to play the Arachnologist turn 3. But I think we do take it over a Surveilling that's 2 colors we're not playing. Remorseless Coup could be splash 4, like I said, but we don't have any red cards we believe are powerful enough to splash 4 at this point. Let's grab Wisecrack, I guess. In case we splash 4 it, just throw another Arachnologist in there. None of this really looks playable. The Perfected Pastry, maybe? Lively Leap is not the most responsible pickup here. I think so. Thrown in red for Dreadfang is not something I'm willing to do yet. Alright, there we go. Infernus is still here, but we'd have to run a bunch of mountains. And that means we're probably cutting these and have no removal if we try that. Alright, we will take the Surveillant we passed up on before now. Another Pastry. Clutter Cluster, absolutely. And Mothwing Shroud over House Grows Hungry. As it looks like we're more likely to play white than black at this point. No cityscapes in view. Let's see if we wheel. I guess what do we want to wheel? Kind of nothing. Maybe a Data Scrubber. Two spiders. And 2 villains. Two spiders if we play a Surveyor. Miss our it. Villainous Wrath, what's that doing here? Double black though. Let's see. Zen, we will gladly add. Should we really run Prison Break? What are we getting back with it? We really only want King, and then Scouring Storm Soul is coming back himself, so let's take the Caracals here actually. We do want a Surveil land. In our colors. Not in our colors. I mean, I don't even want to run 1 Arachnologist, much less 3. But we'll take it. Okay, Sting. So let's figure out, are we splashing black for removal? Can we afford 1 mountain for Nia? Removal can go in this pile over here. Yeah, over here. 4 perfected pastries is, I mean, nice with Gallant Citizen. And with the crime scene instructors, I think we can cut the lively leap. And if we cut our black here, our mana looks a lot better. Do we have anything that would mill our mountain? So we want at least 10 green sources. 9, 10, 16, 17, 10, 17. Rouse is not great, but I don't feel like we have very many options without making our mana worse. So let's start it off like this, see how it goes. It's a little funky, this deck. That's the only removal we have? Sunstrike and Mothwing? Yeah, okay. I almost want to put it in a lively leap for a perfected pastry. Just because we have such little interaction. No, we have 2 crime scene instructors. And 3 gallant citizens. I think pastries. Perfect for this deck. So 11 green sources. 8 white sources early. 1 red. We can afford get 1 blue. 4 Nia. And I think the transform is potentially relevant here. Alright, let's play it. Not great. Definitely lacks removal. And I also feel like just lacks overall power. But if we are playing a turn 3 Storm Soul into a turn 4 King of the Coldblood Curse and transforming like a Citizen. If we curve out with Citizen into Storm Soul, into King of the Coldblood Curse or anything close to that, then I feel pretty good. All colors are equal. Ballet is nice with King of the Coldblood Curse too, because you actually keep flying when you transform the ballet. Cluster as is. The temptation is always to hold this up for the 6 mana in web, but you're just going to block his Merciless Enforcers if he doesn't remove it here. And give us a chance to get the crime scene instructors or opulent ballet out. Okay, do not mind seeing that. Do not mind seeing that at all. We're not blocking him, but it's lifelink. It's going to be a race. He's actually going to kill our ballet. I mean, he doesn't know we have King of the Coldblood Curse. Kind of lucky. But we'll still be able to tackle the 4-4 here. Okay, Death Touch. Here's where we can play Rouse. Get our Clutter Cluster big enough to attack in. Do we still send the King of the Coldblood Curse? Death Touch if he's blocking like that. He was at 19. And he's gained a lot of life, but he hasn't developed the board very much. He has one body. I presume that he's color screwed here, but he's actually played a lot of cards for only having swamps. Maybe he's heavily black. Okay. Well, let's see what we draw. Another pastry. Let's see what we draw off of this. Nothing that can grow to do so much damage we die this turn. Black. Looks like he'll become a 4/3, but he's tapped out, so we can black out. We can block with both our creatures here. I think this is worth it. He kind of 2-for-1s us, but we get to put these counters on a big old trampler. Both creatures. LOL. Make this a 5/6. Our eggs into some separate baskets here. Oh, he can kill us this turn. Did we know about the Tethix? Or did he discard it with Symbiosis? Okay, what can we do to stay alive? Lively Leap. Cut Arachnologist. It looks like the opponent is legitimately mono black here. Or he gives us an web. Go get poison. Or I guess it's better to get a mountain like he is regular form. cityscapes, so it's harder to get lands in the graveyard for Storm Soul.
But we do have a Surveil land that can potentially pitch games.
A 3 mana big boy that can be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less is still good enough. It's gonna be like 3 mana 6/6 here. Happy to see the opponent take the turn off clandestine work. And here we just attack in. I think it's gonna be better to in-web with Clutch Cluster. Do anything else. Crook pass. Okay. So you might actually be correct to play Rouse here. Rouse in the house. Rouse in the house. And our stuff is big. Trade up here kind of a little bit, I guess, with Enforcers and Crooks on our 3/2s, but push our defense here. Slay down, scaling, Storm Soul. 7 power and 7 toughness. But no lands in the graveyard. Not the worst rebuild. If he has -3/-3, we can protect ourselves with Lively Leap. Let him flinch first. Rylix, okay. Great. Eat his Rylix. Some good damage. No reason to hold stuff. Except for maybe the house grows hungry. He plays that enchantment and we lose 3 life. We go down to 18, not a big deal. There's the aggressive symbiosis back on the Merciless Enforcers. Let's see if he swings out with it. Well, now that we have another Mothwing Shroud, I think it is worth it to cast this one. We'll hit him for 7 damage. He'll be on a 2-turn clock. See what he has on. Poke us before he goes here. 1 lifelink. That makes a big difference as he now is going to live with the life he gets from the food token. He'll actually be at 11. 2 turn clock. Okay. What should kill our gallant citizen here. Now we have 2 creatures that threaten lethal and a removal spell. We will decline here for sure. Alright, just 1 or 2 city seed for this stormful would have been nice. I don't think we saw any impact. Okay, crawlers, that's good. If he equips, then that's the end of him. That is not the end of him. So now he's in a top decking situation. And Surveyor threatens lethal next turn. Okay. Well, Perfected Pastry in play. See what we draw with it, and put a counter on the Crime Scene Instructor as threaten lethal in. If it dies, we'll put his counters on the Surveyor. He has to block here. Smart. No creature. We're in trouble if he has removal crime scene instructors, but counters will just go. They have to not very. We'll play the cows here first. Just go somewhere, and he'll be forced to block. Alright, outside range of Scorpion Sting without the pump even. Ooh, alright, spicy. We don't have much removal. Three toughness, 1 toughness, 2 toughness, 3 toughness, 2 toughness, 1 toughness. And what do we put? What do we take out? Nia? If we put in more removal from black, take out Lively Leap, Perfected Pastries. No Data Scrubber for Graveyard Hate. I think we stick to our game plan. We'll keep it. Instructor. It's probably going to get a lot of these Perfected Pastry counters. Okay. Didn't seem like he had Scorpion from the way it paused. Yeah. That's alright. Say something 3-3. We're not going to have it here to play a pastry. Make our gallant citizen even larger. A little decline. This is awkward if we draw a Storm Soul. But do we trade for Crook here? No. We're beat down actually. Yeah, we do draw a Storm Soul, that is awkward. Alright, well, Mothman Shroud on his Tethex. Migrate our value. Get in for 6. Play out pastry. He's still getting in. Crook, okay. There's Nia. We can actually play her and see what we get before we do anything else. So he actually taps out pre-combat so that we know we can... Oh, I was going to say use this safely. But... I think we do want to hit a land, so we'll actually pop this. We do hit one. Play this now. Seems weird, but we'll sit back with the Surveyor. This way we can Lively Leap and Scouring Storm Soul. We will just take that though. You can flinch first. Okay, it's alright. This deck, you very rarely see mono colored decks in draft except for the set that's designed for that. Is he gonna sack a treasure to ping us again? Yeah. So now we're in a good spot. We do not block our Scouring Storm Soul with any 2-power creatures, which is all he has on board, and we have removal plus the ability to fly over it, even if he has Villainous Wrath here. We might be in an okay spot. In fact,
If we were playing smarter, we might have held back Scouring Storm Soul in case he has exactly Wrath. That's how he's been playing. He doesn't have mana now, though. Unless he plays a land for the Wrath. Okay. Whew. Could have maybe afforded to play around the Wrath there. He did still have a few cards left in hand. What? Cool deck by the opponent. I like seeing stuff like that. I'll actually pause the recording till we find a match. Alright, we found a match. It's Layari, the Fervent. I'm really tempted to keep this with Perfected Pastry. Just need one land and this turns on, I guess. This is better. I've been crime scene instructor before anything else. You could kill this before it has a target for its targets, but it's gonna be Scorpion Sting, and I think I'd rather kill the instructor than our Clutter Cluster. Thinking that it's going to be real unfortunate. Storm Soul is in range of Sting, but typically you just need to get a land with basic Cityscape into the graveyard for that to be looks like he's not. He's either passing very quickly or he does not have instant speed spells available to him. This is not the same opponent playing mono black, is it? Rouse in the house. Now we can attack through. Play a pastry. Trawlers is a villain, right? So we can play that for 3, as is Wekdu. So opponent has a removal heavy deck, which should typically be a good matchup for us. We have all these 1/1 stinkers, all these gallant citizens and crime scene instructors that should be, you know, dying but drawing cards or distributing counters. But we unfortunately have not had that kind of draw yet. Okay, there's a stinker right there. Speak of the devil. I guess we'll see what we draw first. It's big enough to block the Wekdu. Two for one himself there. Killed a gallant citizen in exchange for his Wekdu. I don't think that was good for him. I think we just slam Zan here. First, we can attack with our spider. Wait, 1, 4. More removal? Question mark. Weird choice in the mono black deck, but yeah, this has got to be the same guy, right? Mono black aggressive symbiosis deck with Treat Trolley. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. I assume he's got lands in hand the way he's been playing. Gallant Citizen is a fabulous draw. Let's get another body on the board. Let's see what we draw. Okay. can make the lively leap change again. Works nicely against Scorpion Sting on those creatures that are just gonna barely be able to survive. I think we play a 2-3 that blocks his enforcers. We have an advantage in the long game, so just try and survive. If he uses one of his several Scorpion Stings, then that's alright. We'll still have an Arachnologist and support parents that can block. Ooh, Treat Trolley, turn 3. There's nothing I can do for 1 mana. Black, okay. And we'll continue playing like we're the control player for now. Aggressive Symbiosis, question mark? Some brawlers again. Okay, we will bomb it out. Decline. We do have things to do with our mana, but they aren't very efficient. Surveil. Trying to get a land card in the graveyard for Scattering Storm Soul and hit a playable. And put counters on our spiders with Arachnologist, but it's essentially 4 mana because it costs 3 here, and you have to tap the Arachnologist that would otherwise be tapping for mana at sorcery speed. Ooh, cool. So he's gonna try and get in now, it looks like. We will trade for the Merciless Enforcers here if he offers it. Yep. I know we can grow it with Arachnologist, but I'd rather do something better with our mana. Like play actual playables. Okay, let's play Effective Pastry. Make the Arachnologist X4, so it's out of Scorpion Ring. Draw a card. Pastry into that and put a counter. Draw another land. Wow. Swamp. Wow, Vine Woven Chariot is pretty awkward in the aggressive Symbiosis. Go ahead. Another Gallant Fisherman. Gladly will play. Another forest. Alright, well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to leave the Arachnologist. So we have enough mana for Surveil. But we'll send that 2/2. 1/1 still trades with the Chariot. Let's surveil. Fine. Acceptable. We'll take it. Scaredy cat of us, but because I need 2-power creature, sit back with that 1/1. Nice. And that's where our deck matches up well against removal. He has to spend his removal on a stinky little gallant citizen. We just add that counter right back. Also kind of exposing what is not great about our deck. All these citizens and pastries are air. We're not doing that much to threaten the board in terms of power and toughness. They're itty bitty bodies, so we'll take 3 and have the ability to draw a lot of land. Sure. I don't love it. I do think it's correct. So, 5 mana after Surveil. So if we don't see anything we like on the top of our deck at the opponent's end step, we will also surveil at our upkeep. Yuck. That's good enough to keep, right? In case he has, when the house grows hungry, is we'll keep it for it. Same thing, we'll surveil at his end step, and our upkeep if we don't find anything we like. Nia is something we like. We can't play her for his form, but we can see what she draws us, essentially. What she exiles us. Oh no, we can't. She's red. We don't have red or blue. We shouldn't have kept that. Sure. Go get that now. Play the forest so that we can surveil. Set stops at opponent's end step and our upkeep. Okay, he's got Death Toucher. Temple Trap is gone. That's nice to see. There's the aggressive symbiosis. It's probably better to take 3 here, save the Sudden Strike for the Leonin. I know he has cards like Merciless Enforcer that can poke us, but we should be getting something to do here soon. Ah, that's like the only land I'll keep. So it lets us transform Nia. Alright, we're chilling. Okay, we'll give him Zan now. Looks a little funky because we didn't block it last turn. Looks like we took 3 damage for no reason. That looks fine. Yeah, we'll gain life, make more bodies. Replay Nia. What did we play from Exile with Nia? Perfected Pastry? I guess we should have waited. Play a land from Exile, cast a spell from Exile, put 1/1 counter. I mean, we put counters on her anyways. I think gaining life was also valid. Let's attack here. 4, 6, 8, 10. Could draw the Villainous Wrath here, but we can poke through the remaining damage potentially with Valet. If he does. If he doesn't have Villainous Wrath, then we close out the match here. All right. That's a 2-1, I believe. I think we played the same guy twice. That mono black symbiosis deck. No, we have 1 match left to go. Okay, I will pause it until we find our 3rd and final match. I wonder if it's going to be the same guy. Let's see. Nope, different guy. Chase Bellaren. Yeah, we'll keep it. Look at all these pastries. What's this lady doing? She got popcorn stuck in her teeth? So, supportive parents, right? She's paying attention to the game over here. And then eyes fully closed. Finger in mouth? Question mark? Trying to... Look, I've been there. If it's popcorn, I totally understand. Still waving the flag. Stinging. It's like a repeat of the last 2 matches. Merciless Enforcers into Scorpion Sting on our creatures. And we just get our Gallant Citizens out of order. We would be happy to see the Sting against the citizens. Instead, we got creatures that we don't want to go into. Scorvus. There's a citizen. Let's throw it down. That's why we played our forest instead of our island. Now we have all 4 colors. Doesn't block anything extra. We'll play plain to throw another pastry out. We could double tap to make another, to get another pastry out there, but making support appearance in X4 might have actually been the play there. He gets to attack for 5 or 6, but we're out of Scorpion Sting range. That being said, he didn't use it last turn, and we can do that now. Do we want to do that now, or do we want to put this out of the Caracal's range? Yeah, let's spread it out. So 4/4. All right. And this will also be a 4/4. Okay, now if he uses his removal, we have spent a lot of time and mana putting counters into these stinkers, but we'll be able to play Nia and transform her. I'm gonna let it through. Scorvus will come if we trade. Now, probably should have blocked the Caracals and forced him to block. With the support appearance as well, we've got a ton of lands in hand. So best block there, I think, was support appearance on the Caracal. Gallant Citizen. On Dreadfang. was a problem. We have 2 Mothwing Shrouds and destroy target attacking or blocking creature. We need to see them soon. Owie. 2 and probably lose here. Okay, what do we need here? Red, green, black, stompy. Instant speed, knife trick, scorpions. So we'll cut a pastry for a lively leap here. Wisecrack? No. Let's keep the mana reasonable. Okay. It's a good start. Go play this. But may not matter. Ooh, it may matter. Got the mana out of support appearance first. Mill, get nothing back, don't want to see that. Crime Team Destructor will be a nice target for our perfected pastry counters. Sumi. We have reach. Block that. I guess that's what we should do. Okay, well if he attacks through with New and Sumi, we can at least attack back with Crime Team Instructor and potentially but looks like it's not a possibility, unfortunately. vomited out his hand at least. But he's definitely pretty far ahead on board at this point. Now before he draws like Scorpion Sting. Oh, he's getting rid of Damning Crest. That's not a good sign. Yikes. Kazuo's gonna beat us again. I mean, he moves to Kazuo so much. Played out to a better board save than we need. 4, 6, 8. We need to block here. I don't think anything can save us. It's not for it. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. We have to top deck a lot of draw cards like Galaxy, Balances, and into something else. I don't even know if we have enough. So let's just see what we top deck. It's a land. Okay. Oh well. Why did we lose there? That deck I think was not good that we played. We got lucky and played the mono black deck, and still it did not feel great. I think we still lost the match. Breakout. What was wrong with our deck? I would say 1, lack of removal. 2, we didn't have a ton of ways to make our stinkers relevant. Like, too many perfected pastries. We did that because we didn't have better cards like Alessos and Pros or Kuminoso or Giant Craft Helm. So, oh well. 2-1 is not the worst. We'll call it there. GG's. We'll see you next time.